Something weird happened with Jikook and Busan, and they almost got caught. First, Jungkook brushed against Jimin's stomach as if no one was watching, a very intimate gesture hidden in plain sight. Then, the two spoke about their city with such affection that it seemed like a secret code between them. Meanwhile, during Soundcheck, Jungkook grabbed Jimin's microphone along with his own and forgot to give it back, like a distracted husband. But the explosive moment was when Jimin asked for advice on how to look sexy. Jungkook said, "SexyJimin," Jimin replied, "SexyJeon," and Jungkook finished with, "SexyJ." They both laughed and bowed to the camera like children caught in the act. You have to watch this until the very last second because the ending is incredible. It was already the second day of the concert in Busan, and as soon as the show started, Jimin and Jungkook gave us the moment we'd all been waiting for. Not even 2 seconds had passed before they were sharing those sweet touches they always have and that we love to see. It was so clear. Jungkook walked past Jimin and, at that very moment, gave him a little tap on the stomach before continuing on his way. It's truly beautiful to see how they can't help but have that close physical contact whenever they're together on stage. That small touch shows us that the connection between Jimin and Jungkook is constant and very natural, because they simply can't be near each other without seeking each other out. For us Jikook fans, seeing this right at the beginning of the concert is proof that their relationship is just that every day, always looking out for one another. They don't need to put on a big show to show affection, because that simple touch as they pass by is the clearest sign that they're always connected and respectful of each other's space while sharing the same stage. The way Jungkook seeks out Jimin as soon as the music starts confirms how important their closeness is to both of them. It's incredibly sweet to see how, despite being at such a large concert with so many people watching, they still maintain that habit of touching each other quickly and directly. Every time Jungkook makes the gesture with Jimin, it's clear that their relationship is their top priority, turning every second on stage into a moment where they are the protagonists of their own story. Then came those moments when Jimin and Jungkook shared words that touched all of our hearts. Jimin took the opportunity to talk about June 13th, Army's birthday, and mentioned how happy he was to be back in his hometown. His words were very sincere as he said he was incredibly excited to be in Busan to meet, sing, and dance with everyone. It was a very special message because, for Jimin, being home with Jungkook made this day even more important and meaningful for their relationship. Later, Jungkook also wanted to share his feelings about being in his hometown with Jimin. He made it very clear that it was a great honor to perform for his people and that no one knows them better than the city that saw them grow up. Hearing them both talk about Busan like this makes us feel all the emotion they share as a couple. It's very clear that Busan is the most beloved place for Jikook because it's where they feel most comfortable opening their hearts and expressing their feelings in front of all the people who support them. Seeing Jimin and Jungkook share these words about their hometown makes us understand how close they are. It's no coincidence that they both expressed the same thing on such an important day, as it shows that their thoughts and feelings are aligned. As Jikook fans, it's very exciting to see how much they value their roots and how special it is for them to experience this moment together in Busan. Undoubtedly, their statements reflected a couple who support each other, understand each other perfectly, and always seek to share the most precious moments of their lives. On their last day in Busan, Jikook gave us a truly beautiful performance that showed us just how special this place is to them. Throughout the entire concert, they took advantage of every moment to demonstrate that Busan isn't just their hometown, but the stage where their connection feels even stronger. It was very clear to see how, on many occasions, Jimin and Jungkook always found a way to be together, no matter what part of the show they were performing or where they were on stage. What struck all of us who followed Jikook the most was seeing how they bridged any distance between them. Even when the movement of the show meant they had to be apart, they both did their best to come closer together again. It's evident that they identify deeply with this city, because they exuded a different kind of joy when they were there. For them, being together in the place where they grew up is a key element that keeps them so close, reinforcing that complicity that we love to see in each of their performances. Seeing this concert in their hometown allowed us to confirm, once again, why Jikook is so deeply in love. They didn't need to say anything extra, because their actions spoke volumes, every step they took toward each other was a clear sign of how much they need one another. It truly was an unforgettable finale, with Busan serving as the perfect backdrop for their relationship. As fans, it's impossible not to be moved by how they care for and constantly seek each other out, making it clear that their story in this city is one of the most beautiful we've ever witnessed. During the soundcheck on the second day in Busan, something happened that gave us a glimpse into their daily life. Jungkook entered the stage with his microphone in hand, and at the same time, he was also carrying Jimin's microphone. The most interesting thing was that, amidst the preparations and constant movement of the rehearsal, Jungkook completely forgot to hand it over, as if he were so used to carrying his partner's things that he simply continued on his way with both microphones, acting with total naturalness that shows us they are always together. It's very clear that for them, looking out for each other is automatic, even when they're working. Jungkook didn't let go of Jimin's microphone for a single moment, and that small detail allows us to see the domestic energy they always share. For us, who follow their every move, this isn't a minor detail, but a direct sign of the trust and the habit they've developed by sharing their time together. It's clear that their dynamic doesn't change whether they're in front of a large audience or backstage, as their mutual support is constant and sincere. This moment during the Busan soundcheck is further proof of how Jimin and Jungkook operate as a team in everything they do. There's no need to look for complicated details to understand their relationship when they themselves give us moments like this, where their daily routine demonstrates how close they are. Seeing Jungkook carry Jimin's microphone without hesitation, while they continue with their normal activities, confirms that they look out for each other at all times. For Jikook fans, this is the kind of proof we value, because these gestures confirm that their bond is strong, real, and that they are always connected to one another. The second concert in Busan was filled with beautiful moments that reminded us why Jikook is such a special and unique couple. From the very beginning of the show, Jimin and Jungkook dedicated themselves to sharing moments of pure joy, giving us memories that only they two know how to create when they're together on stage. It's so lovely to see how, even though the concert is a huge event, they manage to create their own space, finding ways to share smiles and glances that show how much they enjoy being together. If we recall what we saw from the first concert, this second day in Busan was perfect proof that their connection is constant. It was evident in every step and every gesture how they sought each other out to flirt and share that unique joy that only appears when we see them interact as a couple. For those of us who enjoy watching their relationship, every shared smile and every glance is a clear and direct sign of what they feel. They don't need to say words for the audience to understand that, between Jimin and Jungkook, there is a very strong, tender, and special bond that remains alive in every performance. This second day in Busan truly made it clear that the connection between them is a defining element of everything they do in front of an audience. Every time we see them interact in such a beautiful way, we realize that their relationship is at the heart of these unforgettable moments. Jimin and Jungkook continue to show us, show after show, that they are a couple who live their happiness with great naturalness and transparency. Therefore, paying attention to their concerts is the best way to confirm that their union is special, since every gesture, every flirtatious exchange, and every shared smile confirms that their relationship remains the most important thing for both of them. This whole moment began in a very natural and direct way when Jimin asked Jungkook for advice on how to dance more sensually in front of the cameras. Jungkook's response was immediate and direct, calling him SexyJimin, to which Jimin reacted instantly with a smile, asking, "SexyJeon?" The exchange quickly escalated when Jungkook responded with "SexyJ." At that precise moment, they both began to laugh in that particular, mischievous way that only happens when two people say something that feels incredibly personal, as if they had just shared a secret code that only they both understand perfectly, revealing the enormous trust they have in each other. The most striking and exciting part of this interaction wasn't just the obvious flirting between them, but what happened right after their shared laughter. They both reacted instantly with an apology, bowing slightly to the camera as if they had realized they had just captured a private moment between the two of them. This quick attempt to cover up and erase what had just happened demonstrates that, for them, there are very clear boundaries regarding what they want to share with others and what they prefer to keep private as a couple, always protecting what they have. It's important to note that this behavior clearly confirms that what exists between them goes far beyond simple friendship or daily work camaraderie. The fact that they laugh with such deep affection while using such endearments and then feel the need to apologize in front of the camera is a direct sign that they are protecting the true nature of their relationship. When we see them react like this, with such endearing nervousness, it's clear that their connection is incredibly deep and that, even though they try to keep their moments as a couple private, their bond is so strong that it becomes evident in every one of their everyday reactions. For us, who closely observe their journey as a couple, this episode is further proof of the strength and love they share in their daily lives. The way they gaze at each other and communicate without needing complicated phrases demonstrates that their relationship is real, constant, and completely sincere. It's incredible to see how, even in the middle of a recording or an official video, they can't help but be themselves, showing that tenderness and unique spark that characterizes them so much when they're together. Each of these small actions helps us confirm, once again, that the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is truly special and that their affection is what truly keeps them so close every step of the way. The most tender, precious, and special thing about this live stream is that it wasn't even planned in advance by the production team or by the members themselves to meet a schedule. While all the other members of the group decided to leave and go rest in their respective spaces after the great physical and mental effort they made at that first concert in Busan, Jimin and Jungkook made a completely different decision and chose to stay. They wanted to share the same physical space, move at the same pace, and share the same sincere desire to relax in each other's company, giving us a seemingly simple moment that perfectly encapsulates the beautiful dynamic they share as a couple every day. This spontaneous act clearly and directly demonstrates how things work between them when work is done and the main stage lights finally go out. When everyone else goes their separate ways to find their own space of solitude, Jimin and Jungkook always find comfort, tranquility, and a safe haven by staying together in the same place, sharing their time. For them, the end of such an important and exhausting concert doesn't mean they have to separate to rest, but rather it's the perfect opportunity to share a moment of calm together, making it clear that they feel completely comfortable, safe, and happy being by each other's side in their intimacy. Observing in detail that they choose to spend their free time together, right after such a massive and grueling event, is a direct sign of the strength and maturity of their relationship. They didn't need to do anything extraordinary, nor pretend, nor plan elaborate content for the cameras. The simple act of choosing to stay in the same place to relax and talk shows us that their connection is completely natural, constant, and real. It is precisely in these spontaneous moments, where there is no script to follow and no one telling them what to do, that it becomes clear that their absolute priority is to stay together and support each other, demonstrating that their domestic and couple dynamic remains strong in any situation. For all of us who closely follow their every move and love seeing them happy, this live stream becomes invaluable, honest, and sincere proof of the strength of their bond. We love seeing how, completely naturally, and without forcing anything, they choose not to separate and prefer to share their most intimate moments of rest, making us part of their connection in a beautiful, direct, and transparent way. Every time they decide to stay together when everyone else has gone their separate ways, Jimin and Jungkook reaffirm that what exists between them is real, a solid bond filled with a unique affection that motivates them to always seek each other's company, confirming once again that they are there for each other at all times. No matter how far away Jimin seemed on stage during the performances, nor how many lights, effects, or people tried to steal Jungkook's attention throughout the concert in Busan, Jungkook's eyes always returned automatically and directly to him, completely captivated by his soft glow and that special light that seemed to have been created for the sole purpose of guiding his heart amidst the crowd in movement. He watched him at all times with a completely silent, deep, and constant devotion, acting exactly as someone would when gazing closely at the greatest love of their entire life. As Jimin moved and shone beautifully under the night lights, Jungkook, with his tender, Bambi-like eyes, smiled in a unique, sweet, and sincere way as he watched him perform, making it clear that being by his side and sharing that space was the true and only reason for his happiness. Jungkook constantly admired him with such intensity that it was absolutely impossible to hide from the cameras recording them and from everyone else enjoying the show. Every small gesture, every smile, every sparkle from Jimin ignited a massive emotion and a whole universe of joy within his chest, because for him, Jimin wasn't just another bandmate with whom he shared a song, but rather his safe haven, his most sincere desire, his daily tenderness, and his true home. Although many people might think that maintaining such a close relationship amidst so much pressure and work is very difficult or distant, the true and real love between them shows that it never understood distance, barriers, or complications of any kind. That's why Jungkook gazed at him intently every night with the same passion as always, as if he could embrace and caress him with his eyes, and as if every beat of his heart carried Jimin's name engraved with perfect clarity. In this beautiful and meaningful way, while the general public and attendees watched a normal, bright, and musical concert under the night sky, Jungkook was experiencing something far more beautiful, intimate, and profound in the middle of the stage. He was looking directly at the person who made his soul shine brighter than all the stars in the sky combined, showing all of us Jikook fans the immense connection and the exclusive relationship they share as a couple. Seeing them constantly searching for each other in the crowd and gazing at one another with such tenderness confirms, directly and without a doubt, that their bond as a couple is completely real and strong, and that they are always ready to support each other in whatever is needed. Each of these lingering glances we witnessed is a clear sign that, for Jimin and Jungkook, being together, caring for each other, and sharing their happiness with the world is the most precious, beautiful, and important thing they have in their lives.